North Dakota land where the skies are wide and the freedom stands. With a Bible in my hand and a prayer in my heart, living this life where the wild plays its part. Dust on my boots and my hat pulled low, got my trusty rifle and I'm ready to go. Hunting the game as the sun hits the sky in the heart of the 701. I feel so alive. Guns and the 701, that's how we roll. Faith in the good Lord, that's how we hold the line of the legacy that runs through our veins in this wild, wild land where the spirit remains. We're living free, living bold, side by side, with God on our plate and our hearts open wide. Ranching the fields, the cattle run free with a purpose so strong, it's our grand legacy. The rivers run deep as we cast out our lines, fishing the waters where the North Star shines. Got the warmth of the sun with the chill of the night. With every shot fired, we're ready to fight for the freedom we cherish. The second is true. With family beside us, we stand through and through. Guns and the 701, that's how we roll. Faith in the good Lord, that's how we hold the line of the legacy that runs through our veins in this wild, wild land where the spirit remains. We're living free, living bold, side by side, with God on our plate and our hearts open wide. In a world that's spinning with sins that they wield, we stick to our values. Our fate is revealed with the word as our guide. We tread on the earth, a community built from the love, not the curse. Raising our voices, singing loud through the night, for God and our freedom, we'll continue the fight. Let the rifles ring out, let the spirits align. In North Dakota's embrace, our souls intertwine. So when you hear the gunshots and feel that proud sound, know it's faith and freedom that echoes around. From the fields of the ranch to the depths of the lake, with God on our side, there's nothing at stake. Guns and the 71, forever we'll stand in the heart of our faith in this great free
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. I am having some gremlins here tonight. I see that our G&T701 Facebook page did not connect. I do not know why. I know it worked earlier this afternoon when I promoted the show. So the backup one is working. Leon's is working. Mine is working. Rack's Adventure Team, they're all working. So we do have Facebook out there. You're probably just going to have to find another means. Twitter is back, or X, I still call it Twitter. It is up and running as well. We've been having some issues with that, but that was none of our fault. Evidently, that has been corrected on Restream. So, good evening, everybody. Glad to have you joining us. Thanks to Leon and thanks to Vance for covering for me. There was nothing I could do about that and had to go address that situation immediately. All is well. Someday I might tell everybody about it, but it's really it's a family matter, and it needs to probably stay there right now. But we are good. We're okay. The grace of God, we get pulled through. So with that, we're going to start our show off with a prayer again. That's just what I'm going to do from now on. So, God, please watch over everybody tonight and tomorrow, the next day, as the turmoil we're seeing is really starting to show through each and every day. It looks like we're going to be probably having some problems in Iran, which none of our own creating, most likely, but we're probably going to have to go fix it. So please watch over the men and women who are serving our country. Let them serve proudly, let them be victorious, and let them return home. We pray for them each and every day. We also want to ask, Lord, that, there's been some trying times, not just for our family, but for others, but to remember that we get shaken. We get shaken, and it happens. It's supposed to happen, and it's supposed to remind us of who's in control, and that is God Almighty. He is our master. He is our Father. He loves us all. He did send his Son to die for us so that we can enter the kingdom of heaven. So, Lord, please, when we are shaken, be with us. And when we're right there, turn to him, everybody, because with him, you will make it through this. Please watch over each and every person that is following and watching and viewing this show so that they may have glory with you. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. And with that, of course, we can't go without saying the Second Amendment. So a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And it doesn't get any clearer than that. It just don't. Hey, everybody, I see we're getting people jumped on here. Hey, Dan, good to have you. Dave, hey, Mr. 701 Marksman, thank you. Good show. I didn't catch it all just yet. Been kind of busy around here, but I will get it all watched, guys. I guarantee it. Brian, good evening, Mr. Fellow MVE. Come on. We are all MVEs. Remember, we were labeled that under Obama and under the Biden regime. Looks like I'm seeing who's all joining in here. Hey, One Shot, good to have you with us tonight. Jamie's with us. Good evening, my fellow MV and buddy. Sorry I missed your show last night, but I was at church. I know, I gotta make my Lent services, and then we actually went over and participated with the Layton's youth group, which was interesting. They were doing some welding there, so helped out a little bit there. It was a very good, fun family evening. We all went. So that's what we were doing last night. But I will go watch it. Yeah, Eric says, evening from the better of the Dakotas. Looks like you had a little fire down there, Eric. You have to kind of keep us clued in on that. Not a great day to have fire happening. It is dry. All that rain we had all summer long, we are dry. And now there's a lot of fuel out there. So be careful when you guys are out there. Awesome thing I got going on tomorrow morning. My son and I, we're going to join a friend of his, and we're going to go up and do some coyote hunting up in North Dakota, up there, be along the Cedar River. Never been to this place before, but I'm looking forward to it. I know it's pretty good land. It doesn't get any better than going out with friends and family. And Layton's ready to rock and roll. We're going to take the Swift. I don't know if I'll throw in an AR or not. Probably. I'll be probably strapped on with my sidearm. You just never know. I always wanted to shoot one, with my handgun. We will see how that goes. But again, can't wait. A couple announcements here. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow morning, KFYR 5:50 a.m. Mitchell in the morning, 7:15 a.m., 8:15 Central. I'll be joining Todd. I got a couple things. Fleet Farm evidently is screwing up a little bit, so we'll try to work on that and see what that's all about. I'm going to try to mention a little bit of it tonight as well. It sounds like they settled out $1 million settlement, but I'm going to also cover it tomorrow because we got a pretty big reach there in K-Fire. So join us tomorrow morning. And Blackbeard Logic, 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central. Leon's always got a good show, so you want to join him there. And then, we did the very first episode. David did. He had 701 Marksman. Looked like it was a pretty good show. Numbers were very good for a first episode, so thanks for that. And, of course, we have Sunday Sportsman's Devotion, Vance Bishop. That's a great one as well. Vance goes about 30, 45 minutes, ties it all together, gives you the word, and also is able to tie it in with being a sportsman, being a hunter, being a shooter, just being in the great outdoors. So we got a great lineup right here on the GAT701 network. I mean, it just keeps growing. And we got another little thing in the works. We'll see where that's going. Well, I tell you what, we're about 10 minutes into this. So I've got to bring up, I think Leon, the way it looks, Leon and Vance discussed this, gun shows. Now, everybody would think that gun shows would be the one place where you wouldn't be restricted or you wouldn't be told, sorry, can't carry here. Sorry, your safety don't matter. We're going to have our rent-a-cop over there, maybe an off-duty, who knows. But seriously, the gun shows are starting to take a policy where they're not allowing you to exercise your Second Amendment. You can go ahead and sell a firearm, but don't exercise the Second Amendment. Don't carry a firearm, all because of safety, supposedly. And I do know there was an incident in Bismarck at the Dakota Territory Gun Collectors Show. It was an accident. Things happen. Is it dumb? Yeah. Was it stupidity on somebody's part? Absolutely. I mean, you don't have accidents unless somebody did the things wrong. I really can't tell you the details of it because I frankly didn't care. Nobody got hurt, thank goodness. And not that made it okay. If there's one place we should be the safest, it should be there. We always made sure of that at the NRA events. I guess I don't know what some of these gun show problems are at all of our NRA events. We allowed people to carry. At the NRA annual meetings, you may carry, except there are some restricted areas. Say there's going to be a dignitary there, like the president or vice president, and places like that you're not allowed to. But that has nothing to do with the NRA. That's a policy coming down from Secret Service or people who are protecting certain dignitaries. Ain't nothing you can do about that. That's just the way that's going to be if you want to see them speak. So to tell people that at a gun show, let's take Dakota Territory Gun Collectors, you can't carry anymore because of safety and because of the numbers. Hey, you don't have more numbers than the NRA National Convention. You just don't. So don't give me this safety crap. And I can't say, I mean, think about this. If you have everybody there carrying, that's the safest place in whatever town you're holding your gun show of anywhere. That particular building would probably be the safest place in that town or city that day or that weekend if everybody's carrying in there. I always carried when I would set up and have a table at a gun show. And frankly, I would ignore it unless I would definitely carry concealed. I don't think they got any metal detectors there. I would not disclose it. You can kind of just kiss my rear end on that. I'm not going to do it. I just don't understand it. And yes, it is Dakota Territory Gun Collectors as well that has taken up this policy, unfortunately. I would have never thought I'd see it. I don't know if you're able to, probably can't read this, but here's a show rules of conduct, and this is for Dakota Territory Gun Collectors. I had this sent to me. Item E, an item that is considered detrimental by the opinion of the majority board members present to the safety or best interest of this association shall be barred. No loaded or strapped to oneself firearm, that's carrying, guys, except for authorized security personnel. That's their policy. Right there. There's their policy. That's a pretty sad day when the Dakota Territory Gun Collectors, which I am a life member, okay? I have been a life member for many, many years, done a lot of business with them, did a lot of gun shows with them, and now they're telling me I can't carry and exercise my Second Amendment rights, backed up by Bruin, backed up by Heller, backed up on every single major Supreme Court ruling, except there at the Dakota Territory Gun Collectors Association. Sorry, you can't be trusted. You can't carry. You will have your Second Amendment right infringed upon. Seriously. And, I've had a lot of people come to me already and talk to me about this. I go, well, I don't know what to tell you. I hate to say boycott, but I probably won't step foot in another one. If I do, I will carry. If they happen to find out, I'll leave. I'm not going to make a fuss. I can't stop it. It's still a private event hosted by a private organization, and they can make you leave. It's just that simple. Eric says, maybe they should limit cops from handling in courthouses. Yeah, how about that? Not saying a cop shot a gun off in a courthouse in South Dakota and it got brushed off. Bad ARs, you know. Oops, did I say too much about a gun going off? Please tell more, Eric. I think that story should be heard. Yeah, things can happen. They truly can. Accidents can happen. People do the wrong thing, follow the wrong procedures. You shouldn't. You should treat that firearm, if you're a firearm owner, with the complete and utmost respect that you can with it. It should be above and beyond anything you do otherwise, because it is a tool. It is. I always make sure my firearm is pointed in the right direction. Always try to be conscious of those around me. I don't want to hurt anybody either accidentally. That's not fun. So I'm saying right now, if you're planning to go to the Lemon Gun Show, which is coming up this coming weekend, if I remember right when I saw it, they have this policy now. They've adopted it. In Lemon, South Dakota, it isn't that big a gun show, but seriously, Lemon, South Dakota adopted that. And I'm trying to get a hold of Gene Cox, because I know that Gene does the Dakota Territory Gun Collectors Association gun show in Mobridge, South Dakota. And he's the gun show promoter on that. He's the guy who's in charge of it. And I can't imagine Gene's real keen on this. I don't know what their options are if they have to implement this policy. When I tried to get a hold of their president of the organization, left a message. And then I had things going on. So I'm not going to blame him for not calling me back, because for the last week, I just have not been able to take any calls. So I'm not going to blame him on that. But I am going to still reach out to him, because I'd like to know what that policy is. Is it a policy for every show? Is it a policy that some shows can do, some can't? It's up to the guy that's running the actual gun show in that town. I don't know. The idea that it's even a policy shows me that these places are adopting the leftist ideology in the name of safety. That's what they do, plain and simple. We're going to infringe on everybody who's doing it right, because somebody might screw up. We probably better take cars off the road, because somebody might drive too fast and T-bone someone. We better get rid of cars. We better get rid of alcohol, because someone might drink the alcohol and get into a car and drive it. That's how dumb that sounds, that we're going to restrict your rights because somebody might do the wrong thing. Somebody might have an accident. Life's dangerous, man. Life's dangerous. So I guess maybe I've said my piece on this, but I will tell you that the Midwest Arms Collector gun shows, I did reach out to them. I've played some phone tag with the guy who is the CEO of this. We've had a couple of voicemails. He's adamant about it. He thinks he's right. I think he's playing us wrong. That's that simple. And right here, basic gun show safety rules. Number 1, no loaded guns. We don't allow loaded guns at our shows. That's the first 2 sentences. Exhibitor guns will be empty and properly secured. Any gun brought in by attendees for sale or trade will be checked at the door to verify that they're unloaded, and then tied to show that they've been inspected, made safe, and can't be loaded inadvertently. That's not unusual. The tying of the guns has been around for a long time. I still think it's ridiculous. But if they're doing it, which they're doing at Dakota Territory Gun Collectors, they're probably doing it at Lemon. They definitely do it at Midwest Arms Collector gun shows and several. I don't know a gun show that isn't putting a zip tie around your firearm. Then what's the problem with me carrying mine loaded? I'm not. If all the other guns that are sitting there that are very available to the public are strapped with a zip tie to, quote, make them not work, because that's going to work, then what's the problem with me carrying concealed? What's the problem with me carrying open? I'm not the problem. They afraid someone's going to take it away from me? In all honesty, it's just there. I didn't I pull it out and say, hey, check this out. Blah, blah, blah. We don't do that. We carry them for self-defense. That's the plain and simple truth. If we do take one out to show to somebody because they'd like to look at it, What's the procedure? Drop the mag if you have a semi-auto, pull it back, lock it into position, showing that it's unloaded. It's pretty simple. Simple guns. That's true gun safety. Gun show safety is not taking guns away from law-abiding people. I'm telling you, I just where I'm seeing these go, they already have problem with attendance at a lot of gun shows because really the deals aren't there. It's mostly FFL dealers. Not that that's bad, but you don't see your average guy there anymore that's selling firearms. Just maybe dispersing of his collection, selling off some guns in his collection to get other ones. Just enjoying the sport, I guess, of hunting and shooting, enjoying that historical aspect of buying and selling and trading firearms to put in your collection and grow it. And that's becoming a thing of the past. It just truly is. I mean, right now, even brick and mortar gun shops they have a struggle at it, mainly because the internet's so viable. Buy a firearm wherever you want, whenever, however, whatever time, and then have it shipped to an FFL dealer. So to me, this policy is dumb. I haven't seen anything come out of NRA yet on these. I haven't seen anything at the events that say you can't carry. I can't imagine that NRA would adopt that policy if they wanted to have NRA events. Can you imagine that, guys? Hey, Leon, good to see you. He says he's late. Come on, Leon. You're always late. No, anyway, got to give him a bad time. So glad to have you on. Eric says, I didn't do bad in school. It was my pencil that wrote the wrong answer. That's about right, huh? I mean, that's what they're saying. I didn't get fat on my own. Spoons made me fat, right? The food made me fat. It's completely ridiculous where they're going with this. Well, I hope you can't hear that in the background, guys. Sounds like the boys being mom's gone a little tonight there. Got the music a little loud. Josh says, yeah, you're right, Josh. Gun show prices are crazy. They want twice the price of it for at the store, and especially for ammo. And that's very true. You used to go there and be able to find some pretty good deals. I bought a lot of guns at gun shows, guys. I mean, I bought a ton of guns at gun shows. I like buying privately. But anymore, you're not getting any deals. Again, a lot of it is dealers dealing with each other back and forth, that they're going there to buy, sell, and trade amongst themselves. That's fine. But there really isn't that off the street guy that, he's liquidating his guns, or maybe it's an estate liquidation. And rather than have an auction, which honestly right now, I'd probably have an auction. You'd probably get way more money. It's kind of like selling old corral panels at an auction. They're all bent and rusty. They'll bring more than the new ones you can go buy down at the store. It's just crazy when you go to an auction. So, yeah. Leon says, are they concerned about liberals carrying at events? I don't know. But, if all of us are carrying and the liberals there, I don't think he's going to get away with much. Boys being boys. Yeah, no, that's for sure, Leon, upstairs we were talking about. I hear the noise. Maybe they heard me. Maybe they're watching. Yeah, right. Josh says, when you make an offer on something, they get all offended. So, Josh, you bring up a great point on that. Like I said, I've been going to gun shows for a long time. And you used to be able to wheel and deal, right? You go in there, you might even be able to bring one in and make a trade like you would be trading a vehicle. Not anymore. I've tried to trade some pretty nice firearms, and they act like sometimes I don't even want them. If you see something for sale, nope, no deal. They won't make a deal. That's the price. And maybe it is. I know there's not a lot of margin on new guns, but when we're talking used guns, everybody knows their margins. Not that I sell a lot of guns, but I know my margins on my collection if I needed to, and I know where I'd have to be and what I would take. Am I going to tell you right off the bat that, hey, this firearm is X dollars? No. I'm going to mark it up to what I think I can get out of it. That's how that's done. And then deal me down. If someone comes along and pays me full price, great. But I pretty much know where I'm going to have to be and what price point I'm going to sell it at. It's just like a vehicle, just like trading a vehicle, selling or buying one. Nathan Mall says that's because they have experience. Well, and Jamie says there, I've never bought a gun or ammo at a gun show. It's way the hell overpriced. I mean, I've seen a lot of overpriced stuff. I haven't been to a gun show in about a year. Just never lined up. I used to always make it up to the Bismarck one or the Bowman one. I haven't had the time to mess with it, honestly. And it's not like I need guns. I'm always going to buy them, but look behind me. That's a sampling. It isn't like I need anymore. So Justin says, I quit going to gun shows for a while due to the amount of crap being sold and had nothing to do with guns. Some of the shows look like flea markets. Absolutely. And I did see also in some of these policies from other gun shows, they have addressed that. I'll give them that. Tip my hat to them for that. They're eliminating some of the things that have zero thing. And you're right. I'd get there and say, okay, where's all the gun tables? Oh, there's somebody selling trinkets. That one really floored me at a Dakota Territory one. It literally was trinkets. Then you see guys that they've got the historical ammo boxes, things like that. I don't have a big issue with that. A lot of guys collect ammo and it is firearm related. But some of these things, no, they don't belong there. I mean, there's essentially they had toys there. They might be toy guns, they might be toy bows, but it's toys. What are they doing there? And they are getting on top of that. So hopefully that kind of starting. And I've seen in Dakota Territories policies that's where that's going. Josh says, I agree, Justin. The Dakota Territory one here is getting bad. And yeah, they were just like I just was saying. I noticed it in their new policies that they're basically saying, wait a second, you're not going to have anything. Here is the definition of what's acceptable. Air weapons, which I wish I quit calling them weapons. I don't know. I see that's a whole nother story. People who know me know what I think of that. American cowboy, Indian weapons and personnel, ammunition, smokeless powder, artifacts, antique only. And there is a little bit of thing. There's a few other things here, but for the most part, that's really the primary things that they want at their shows anymore. I know when you look at the Midwest, what they call their Midwest Arms collector gun shows, kind of the same thing, what they allow and what they don't allow. I just kind of go, I do like this one though. They got one here which says, ask before touching. That should be a given. Be a responsible member while you're there buying and selling. That's any business. Supervise your kids and teens. We love to see them, but make sure they're not running around. I mean, they got some other things there. Leave your pets at home unless they're a service animal. They got some things that are probably good, but the not caring, that's a no-go for me. Eric says, guns are big boys' toys. Absolutely, Eric. Absolutely. So, guys, it's good. Imagine that. Half hour kind of goes fast. I am going to talk a little bit about a meeting that myself and Dusty Backer and Daryl Lease, we got together with Jeb Williams and crew up there talking CWD a little bit. We did visit about a possibility of a feeding program, which I wouldn't hold my breath, anybody. We did kind of make some great points on the way they're doing it don't work. The way they do it's expensive. You shouldn't be doing it that way. And I don't know if it fell on deaf ears or not. We talked about populations of deer. You should have seen their look when basically kind of mentioned it. Well, maybe you should shut down seasons in them areas. Well, you can tell that ain't going to happen. It might lose the green. So let's take a quick break. Thank some sponsors. LAUER Auto Repair down there in 309 South Washington. Asking the guys, I'm telling you, they're the people to go to if you need anything done to your vehicle. They've been with us since the very, very beginning of this show, and we could not do it without great sponsors like LAUER Auto Repair. We will be right back, everybody, with Guns in the 701 after this quick break.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at
701-258-6308. The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308. 701-258-6308. Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
When you want it done right,
go where lemons go.
Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just 1 block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon. Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
For the best gun gear for every and any situation, Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul's, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, welcome back, everybody. 174 episode here. Wow, 174 episodes, Guns on the 701. My goodness, you got to love that. Appreciate everybody. Thanks to all our great sponsors. Again, we can't do it without any of them, and we do we do appreciate their support. So, JD says, those old lever guns might be too offensive. Wink, wink. Yeah, maybe there. So, here's something that got brought to my attention. So I thought I'd go do it. I haven't done a lot of research on it. Just haven't had time. But Fleet Farm got sued. If you guys don't know what Fleet Farm is, I mean, there's one in Bismarck now. They do have a sporting goods area. I know the one in Rapid City is quite large. When I was out in that Fargo area, it is. Of course, you get out to Minnesota where Fleet Farms are huge out there. I mean, I think they're bigger stores than here, honestly. But they definitely sell guns. Well, I'm sure that's a problem for most liberals, right? So the Attorney General out there, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellingson, he went ahead and took aim at him and he sued him, or filed on them essentially. He said that the store facilitated multiple straw purchases. That's what he said. He said, including one used in a supposed mass shooting. And the one that he referenced, some people got injured, nobody got killed. And it doesn't really meet the definition of a mass shooting, but it doesn't matter. He went ahead and went after Fleet Farm. This was 3 years ago, so this kind of flew under my radar too. Fleet Farm, I suppose, after 3 years of litigation, being in and out of courts, paying lawyers, they have agreed to pay $1 million and implement significant policy changes to prevent the illegal sale of guns to straw buyers, which, if you guys don't know what a straw purchase is, it is illegal. It's been illegal for a long time. It's actually it's a federal law. That'd be like, hey, Jamie, I know Jamie's listening. Jamie can't have a gun. So he says, Clay, hey, we got a great deal down here at the gun store. I need that gun. Would you buy it for me? I say, sure, I'll go in there. And I go ahead. I pass the background check, the 4473, and then take the gun directly to him. That's a straw purchase. You bought that for somebody that you absolutely knew couldn't have a firearm or was prevented from having one, bought it for them, and then either gave it to them or got reimbursed. It doesn't matter. Either way, you can't do it. That's a straw purchase. The little bit I looked into this, the straw purchase that they were actually going to, basing their whole entire case on, that's probably what's been tied up in court for 3 years, is circumstantial at best, and I'm not even sure it's really a straw purchase, but it doesn't matter. They decided to settle, and I'm sure to them, pretty big corporation said, I guess whatever, man. How about $1 million? We'll call it good. We'll make a brand new policy and we'll train our people on it. So Ellenson, then he comes out. Of course, this is a big victory for him, right? Oh my goodness, the liberals finally took down somebody. I took Fleet Farm to court after the company put the lives of Minnesotans in danger by ignoring clear warning signs and selling guns to straw buyers. The warning signs that Fleet Farm ignored were so clear that Fleet Farm themselves went on to use those sales as examples of obvious red flags in internal training. So the part I did look up on that, not a false statement, not what he's making it of. They used it as an example of what might be considered one, but they couldn't say it was. And their policy was then to train their employees to not engage in that kind of sale. Okay. It didn't say it was a straw purchase. It didn't say they were guilty of doing straw purchasing. No. And you can see how this attorney general worded it. Fleet Farm ignored their own thing and said that they were using that as training on obvious red flags in their programs. Red flags, and if you look, it doesn't say anything about an actual straw purchase actually taking place. It don't. So here's what bothers me about this. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things here that you could talk about in here. I get why they did it. And yes, they're just going to make it go away. I imagine this will embolden that particular attorney general, that commie. I imagine that's what's going to happen. I imagine he's going to go after more Minnesota FFL dealers. I really feel for you guys out in Minnesota. It seems like it's getting worse. I mean, Walz is, their governor right now is going after some things. I'm telling you right now, this reminds me a lot of when Smith & Wesson, when they got bought out, I forget the Britain, UK, whatever, the European company that owned them. I don't remember it off the top of my head right now. But they went ahead and settled and said with the Clinton administration, hey, we are going to implement this. We're not going to sell handguns in these areas. We're not going to sell these handguns to anyone but law enforcement. We're going to implement all kinds of stupidity and gun control things that the Clinton administration wanted. And what happened to Smith & Wesson? You, the people, said, we ain't buying no more Smith & Wessons. I know I didn't. We didn't use them anywhere in the NRA events at that time. I think even some of the ones that we had in the events at that time, they sent them back and said, nope, we don't want them. We're getting rid of them. Bankrupted Smith & Wesson, essentially. I mean, essentially bankrupted them. It wasn't until Safety Lock, I believe, was the company that finally the U.S. brought it back to the U.S. They discontinued all those things that they said they'd do for the Clinton administration, made it through. It took a long time to rebuild that reputation. And now, they're back in business. They're still in business. I can't tell you if they're owned by the same company. I don't think they are, but Smith & Wesson darn near went away because of the kind of ideology you're seeing at gun shows, the kind of lawsuits, and the caving in that you see Fleet Farm doing. I mean, they might get away with it once. What happens again? They're going to pay him off, $1 million of extortion money every single time something might have happened. It's not a good precedent. That's the problem with it. Dave says, whatever happened to the aggression of sales staff at hand? I don't know. I think you mean discretion. I don't know. I'm telling you right now, most places that have employees selling firearms have trained their firearm sales people in what's right, what's wrong, what they should look for, and of course how to assist with the 4473. They understand that. In fact, some of them are overly over. I bought guns at certain places, and they actually go above and beyond some of the things that really are required for the 4473. There's nothing that's wrong with that. I usually politely decline and say, nope, I'm not answering that question because it has nothing to do with the NICS background check system. And it's not on the 4473, and they look at you kind of funny. And I'll tell you who it is, and I haven't bought one, and it's Walmart. They had stupid questions on their own. They had their own store, basically paperwork that had nothing to do with their background check. Whether they've discontinued that or not, I don't know, because I refuse to buy my ammo, my firearms, hunting. I buy nothing from Walmart when it comes to hunting and shooting, because I'm not going to support a company that I know does not support us. They just pretty much keep their mouth shut because they like to have the money. They're all about the money. Justin says, I see Smith & Wesson's gotten rid of the Hillary hole finally. Nice. Let's see. Kelly says, what did the $1 million payment go to improve anything? Kelly, I don't know. It doesn't say. I should, that's a good question. Maybe I'll try to dig into that this evening. If I can find out what they're planning to give that money to from that settlement, maybe I can let Todd know on tomorrow when I'm on the show, because that is a great question. We always hear these settlements. We always hear of fines and all these other things. And where does that money go? Well, it's probably the same place a lot of our money goes, right on down the drain and to something useless. No, in Minnesota, they probably have some kind of a victim fund. There's a victim fund for everything in that state. Who knows? They probably dispersed it to maybe the people that were supposedly in this mass shooting. I don't know. We'll have to find out. By the way, glad to have you listen, Kelly. We haven't talked for a few days, but I'm still out here. So I don't know about you guys. What say you? I think these kinds of lawsuits they set precedent. We saw this with Smith & Wesson, and I remembered all the hoorah going, hey, look at this. We've made some progress, and other companies are going to follow. Other firearms manufacturers did not follow. They knew it would be suicide business-wise and said, no, we're not doing that. And Smith & Wesson was almost thrown on the ash heap of history. They almost were, but they pulled through. Like I said, they changed. Clinton went out of office. Bush came in. They got bought out basically in bankruptcy, and they were able to revive the brand. Like I said, I can't tell you, though, right now. I think right now, if anyone knows, let me know, because I really have no clue where Smith & Wesson's at right now. Eric, Minnesota sends it to the luring center. I love that one, Eric. The luring centers. I haven't heard much about that, have we, lately, all of a sudden? What's going on there? Yeah. Bad news out there. It really is. Minnesota's got a lot of problems in about 3 different spots. The rest of the state's pretty conservative. If you look at how their voting goes, it's a shame because they got great fishing. Their hunting is good in areas, not so much in others. Kind of crowded. But yeah, it's a great place to go fishing. It really is. They got a lot of great fishing lakes for just about anything, whether you're chasing northerns or muskies, walleyes, panfish. You got it all out there. But to be in that state and live there, I don't know how you guys do it. It's like living behind the enemy lines. Like Chris Brownell up there. We love you, guy. But man, I don't know how you do it up there. I guess somebody's got to live there. That reminds me, so we are planning. I will give you more details coming up. Hey, good evening. It has been a while, Mr. Plum Rancher. Letting you know that I believe we're going to do our 2A day like we did here last year, although I didn't make it because of the roads were so muddy getting there because the highway was tore up. But David's been to that. I know Axe has been coming down to that down at Wayland's. I got to get the details hammered out with Wayland. I'm pretty sure Chris is going to be out here from Minnesota with his boys and his crew. I'm going to be bringing my sons. Don't know if Deeks is going to make it, but everybody's invited. I'll get you dates. I'll let you know what's going on. We've got a 1 mile steel out there, so you can try your hand at 1 mile. David did it. I'm telling you, the 701 marksman, he drilled it. He did it with a savage, so it can be done. Sonny Elliott says they only like it if they have guns. Yeah, that's just it. They only like it, that being the government, the tyrants. If they got guns, it's fine. But the rest of us, nope. Anyway, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing another 2A day. And Axe, I'm hoping you do one up there again. I mean, I'm planning to make it unless something big comes up. But we're looking at that Memorial Day weekend is probably when we're going to be over there at Wayland's, down there, having a great time again, shooting steel and running around on the buggies. They got I don't know, not buggies. They're like razors. I'm not into the big ATV thing, but they're fast. Let's just say that, and they're a lot of fun. So keep that in mind. We'll be posting more information. I know it's only February, but it will sneak up on you fast. And those of you guys that know Chris, if he's made targets for you before, let me know. You can probably let Axe know. I think Jamie might even have his number, but we can definitely get you in touch with Chris, and he'll probably cut you out anything you want, and bring it along, because the shipping will kill you otherwise. So definitely want to do that. Hey, we're about 10 minutes out. And David says, you can't take my crown. There's the challenge. He just dropped the gauntlet. 1 mile, guys. 1 mile. Might want to think about it. It's a lot of fun. All right, we're going to take one more quick break. We're almost at the top of the hour. We'll come back to give you a couple little tidbits to think about before the top of the hour. And then when we come back from that, I am going to talk about the North Dakota Game and Fish meeting that I had. I think you'll find it interesting, but not surprising. Nothing changes with them people. They really don't. Nice visit, I guess you'd say. It was cordial, but I don't know if we made much headway. But we did have a meeting. Some ideas were floated, and I think it went in one ear and out the other. So, all right, we will be right back.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
When you want it done right,
Go where lemons go.
Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just 1 block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon. Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
For the best gun gear for every and any situation, Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, we are back. Guns of 701. And we got number 174 episode it's almost in the can right now here. By the way, Horton Lasercraft, I have a new shipment of these coming. She's working on them. Got some new great business cards. I know I showed them to Vance. I know that Vance and David and Leon all seen them. Them things are cool. They're little metal ones. There's something you can keep. They got all the shows on them. I tell you, we're doing some things. Working on those new sweatshirts too. Another new hooded sweatshirt with another design. Been working with Heather on those. So yeah, we got some great things coming up. You're gonna want to go ahead and hit that store and go ahead and make a purchase. I mean, that does help everybody. It truly does help us. Or subscribe. There's that subscription thing right there. Go ahead and scan that. Subscribe. You can do $5. I think 10, 15. I think it goes all the way up to 75. But go ahead and check it out. I mean, it just it helps us out. Helps us keep this baby afloat. So I'll get to some of these. He says, Leon says, what? Eric says, David, when you say crown, is that apple crown, peach crown? What flavor of crown? I prefer the peach, although apple's pretty good too. He says, 308 Winchester. Oh boy, there we go. Sounds like you guys got a challenge now. You got to come down to that, and then you're going to have to shoot the mile. I will tell you right now, I missed. It's been a long time since I shot a mile. I don't think I could do it right now. I'm pretty positive I couldn't. Did do that when we went to Wyoming. That was a lot of fun. But maybe I'll get some trigger time in. I know I'm going coyote hunting tomorrow. The range is pretty much set. I got the stuff now to put up my 1,000-yard gong, and I should be able to put up my mile gong and give it a run. We'll see. I'm not promising anything, but it is a lot of fun to give it a try. So make sure you go visit our sponsors. Horton Lasercraft does some fantastic work. I know she had a little accident, so she can't walk much. So I know she's making stuff, so that's not a bad thing. You can get some orders in right there. Lauer Auto Repair, some of the best mechanics up there in Bismarck, North Dakota. You want to go check them out on 309 South Washington. And, of course, you got Kaylin's Auto Repair right here in Lemon, South Dakota to the west of me. And I'm telling you, Kaylin knows them old rigs. He knows the newer ones. We prefer the older ones. Done a fantastic job on some of my stuff. Tires, alignments, you name it, he does it. Kaylin's Auto Service. And, of course, Little Angry Man Arms over there in Trail City. You want to give John a call over there because he can set you up with some cans. He can set you up with some firearms, and he can just have everything you need. He's got some cool deals on some entry-level thermals that seem to be pretty good, so you want to catch that out. All right. So we're going to go into this. I had a meeting. It would have been Dusty Backer. If you don't remember Dusty, he's been on the show a few times, and he's been working on the CWD thing. We don't deny it probably exists. I'm with him on this. They've never showed a prion to anybody. If you just saw the new report that came out, that's kind of interesting, honestly. I mean, 16 deer out of almost 1,200 tested. They said tested positive. All deer died from hunters, okay? No deaths occurred in any unit in North Dakota from CWD. They died from lead poisoning. They died from the bullet of a hunter during season. Period. So, what do we take from this? Is it worth the millions of dollars that's being spent everywhere on CWD? Seriously. It's a serious question. I don't think it is. But for some reason, they have doubled down on this, and that's what they are focused on. Why? Why? I don't know. I do not know, but I'm telling you right now that it is atrocious what they are doing as far as CWD. And I just pulled this up because I want everybody to see this. There it is, guys. There are the results right there facing you. It's not hard to see. So, the only way to confirm CWD is by a necropsy. That is absolutely true. Here are the 2025 CWD test results in North Dakota. 3A1, 5 mule deer, 1 whitetail. 3D2, 2 mule deer. 3E1, 1 mule deer, 1 whitetail. These are the ones that supposedly tested positive with the same kind of junk science tests that were being used during China virus, by the way. It's done the same way. 3F1, 1 whitetail. 3F2, that's my unit. 2 mule deer, 1 whitetail. Notice how the whitetails are getting it. And we kind of always question, well, what about the whitetails? EHD nails them, but they always said that in the beginning, they said, nah, they don't get it. Now, all of a sudden, they're getting it. I'm telling you, there's probably something with that, too. 2B, 1 whitetail. They claimed that CWD was not previously detected in units 2B and 3D2. I don't think they have yet, my personal analogy of that. And so that's 2 new ones. So get ready for that being called a CWD unit. Remember, the more units they have, when you look at a map and you see all these units, maybe 1 deer were in there, but the whole unit, 3F2 is a huge unit. 3F2 has 3 whole deer that died from hunters, did not die from CWD, did not die from CWD. I can't stress this enough. But we have our whole unit, huge unit. Guess what? The whole unit is a CWD unit. So when you start looking at the map, my God, this is an epidemic. Look at all them units. Look at all them units that are colored as CWD. Yeah, they're not trying to fool you, are they? Yeah, right. I'm telling you, it's crazy what you're seeing with the CWD thing. But I wanted everybody to see this report. CWD results, 1,224 animals were for chronic testing disease were sampled. Not really. Let's talk about a scientific sample. You have a control. You have it pretty sterile. You have certain conditions to prevent contamination, but not the game and fish. Game and Fish puts up a dumpster collection area. You take that head, you throw it in there with multiple other heads. They're all mingling and decaying in there. They collect them. Who knows when? I don't know. I've never seen one collected. They must at some point. And then they go do sampling of each and every one of them for their own unique markers, supposedly, to show you CWD. I mean, that sounds pretty scientific, right? I mean, just throw them, lump them, no control. You don't have a control sample. Nope. Throw everything in one big bin as it's decaying and dead. Let it sit there for how many days? Who knows in what kind of heat? This year was pretty warm. And then take that sampling, sort them out, do what they need to do, I guess. And I guess you're going to get just a crystal clear sampling, aren't you, for CWD? I wasn't planning to talk about that, but I seen it got posted. I thought, well, we probably better talk about that a little bit. I mean, I would think so, right? It's getting insane what they're doing. Look for new rules, I imagine. That's going to be my guess. And I'm 16 deer. 16 deer total, supposedly tested, which is less than what? Probably 14%, 15%. I'm not going to do the math. It's less than that. And that's out of the sampling, not the deer herd, right? Not the deer herd. That's the sampling. Remember, whoever's telling you the narrative, they're going to also give you the slant to it. So just remember that. Hey, Tom, good evening. Glad to have you on here. None in 3B2, Jamie says. Outstanding. CWD stands for chronically wasting dollars. Amen, Justin. I can't agree with you more. Yes, Jamie says, hit that button, folks, that thumbs up button. It ain't that hard. It really isn't. Do it on mine. Jamie's got 701 Nation over there. Do it on all of our shows, all them episodes. It breaks those algorithms. We're doing pretty good. I know we've had quite an uptick here, so I thank everybody for the new subs to Guns and 701 Network and all of the traffic there, because it's really been quite great here in the first 2 months of the year. So appreciate all that. Dave says, what was the count in 3D2? 3D2 had 2 mule deer. So, and I don't know how big that one is, but Eric says 1,200 plus dumb people in North Dakota, all those that turned in heads. Yeah, I don't turn one in. I'm not going to turn one in. I don't care what they want. Of course, I didn't get a deer this year, but I've never turned one in. It's kind of like when I lived in South Dakota and they always wanted to just send them teeth in. Eric probably did. It was that when they first did it, I haven't done it for years because I haven't had a tag down there, but you could always get a hold of them and tell how old your deer was, which I thought was nice. I could send that in, you put your information on and find out just how old them deer were, which actually helped me learn how to age deer really kind of by looking at them, because I tried to pay attention to it when I'd get them. I don't know what they do with them now. Eric, maybe you can enlighten me on that, because I have no clue what South Dakota is doing down there anymore, being I haven't hunted there in a long time as far as for deer, because I don't need to. I got everything I need right here, so I don't do it. I'd be curious. I really would, to see what that's all about. But yeah, so 1,200 and some deer and 16 whole deer that's supposedly tested positive, even though it's the same kind of test they used for China virus, which does throw out a pretty high rate of false results. Let's put it that false positive. So I don't know. You guys can make that determination. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, he says, want to know who controls you? Just pay attention. This is Brian. Pay attention to who you aren't supposed to question. That's right. That's right. Because they don't take teeth on deer anymore. Elk they do, Eric said. Okay, so there we go. They don't take the teeth on the deer anymore. And really, I don't know what the big thing was. I did enjoy getting the results as far as the age of my deer. What else they were doing with them, I don't know. I think that was the whole point of them, but I couldn't tell you. Dave says, that's a huge unit. I-94 to Highway 200, North Dakota 25 to North Dakota 8. So that's a big unit too, it sounds like. That's good to know. 3D2 is a huge unit as well. So remember, when they give you these numbers, it's for the units. And then the units look big, and they are big. Then they give you those numbers to make it look like it's pretty widespread. Now, how many deer are in them units? I mean, you can go look up the numbers. I guess we could do those numbers, but I'm not going to do it tonight. So my meeting now with Game and Fish. Like I said, Dusty Backer. That's how I got started on the CWD thing. We had Daryl Lease there. North Dakota Farm Bureau president, passed. He just finished his last term here in November. Then I was there as well. We met with Jeb Williams. I think the guy's name was Brian. I can't remember because I didn't care. Anyway, we started in talking about a feeding program, and Dusty brought up some great points. They keep hammering habitat. Habitat's only one part of the equation. Yes, habitat. But like I pointed out right here, just on my own experience, I have good numbers of deer. Kelly, who's on here tonight, can attest to that. We have some really good numbers of deer and good bucks here and ample does. It's mule deer because my whitetails died off, although I do have a small group that are back, and it's good to see. I'm trying to do everything I can to help them out, but they've got, I think, a long recovery ahead of them, if ever. But I like hunting whitetails, but I do enjoy hunting mule deer. So I brought this to their attention that, hey, do you guys realize you can't just take bales and throw them out there? Because that's what we've been buying hay. And I asked them flat out, you buying good quality hay? Oh, yeah. I said, have you had it tested? Have you done core samples? Oh, I could tell by their lack of a quick response. No. Even though they never really did. Well, all they kept saying was good quality hay. I said, great. I said, but did you do core samples? So I'm telling you, when you buy hay, generally, especially if you're selling hay, you have to do the test on protein to sell it. You should have it done if you're going to buy it, because I would never buy hay without knowing the actual protein and the food value of that hay. I mean, you could be buying sticks and not know it, and your cattle will starve to death even though they're eating, a ton of hay. That's just plain and simple. So my suggestion is, if you ever need to buy hay, make sure you buy it from either someone reputable or somebody who's actually done the testing to show you exactly what the nutritional value is of that hay. Game and Fish isn't doing that. That set aside, let's say, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say it is great, right? Let's say that the hay is fantastic. They buy a few bales, they go out there and they tip them on end and leave them. Well, that don't work much either. They tear it apart. They tear it, put it on the ground. They probably lay on more of it than they eat. Like I told them, I absolutely use a processor to feed my cattle. And if I see a bad winter, this was not one of them, I'll even put some extra down out there. Because I know the cow, and I'll take it to a different spot. And those deer will go over there and eat it, just like the cattle do. Is that feeding deer? I guess it is. I don't really care. In those hard winters, I did that, and that's probably back then what helped bring my whitetails along. I didn't have mule deer then. And I think a lot of landowners do that. If you want to have hunting on your own place, yes, you're going to do habitat. By the way, I don't use programs. I don't need program money. I'll do it my way. I don't want to have to share it with anybody. I don't have to grant anybody anything. And I'll plant the things that the deer want and my soil can grow. That's what I'm working on. So, and that's me. But if it's such a good idea, guys, why do they have to be paid for it? Do it. Just do it. But anyway, that's a whole nother problem. No, whole nother story. My suggestion to everybody, including Game and Fish, is yes, I think there should be a supplemental feed program. Yes, I think if you actually reached out to landowners and got their opinions on what could be done, they'd probably give you a better analysis than what your biologists are doing. They're out there every day. They see these animals, especially not during deer season. Okay. Game wardens all over see things during deer season, during antelope season, during the hunting season. But I'm telling you right now, when the seasons are done, pretty much so is any kind of monitoring, it seems like. But you have to get out there and talk to landowners and work with them, not tell them, well, why don't you do this and then we'll help you. And that ain't how that works. And that's what I told them in this meeting. Dusty, he actually conveyed a lot of good things, I thought, with feeding programs. And here's the thing. We've kind of got an idea as to what could be done, maybe even a funding mechanism, which the Outdoor Heritage Fund, which I sit on the advisory board, that would be a fantastic place to spend that money. A supplemental, and I don't like the idea of deer feed. It's a supplemental nutrition program or a supplemental feeding program for deer in bad, winters, bad drought, whatever it might be. Not an every year thing. You shouldn't do that anyway. They're not pets. They're not livestock. But if they need some supplemental nutrition to get through a hard winter, maybe that's a good thing to spend this grant money on that I look at and review, and not one single grant in there for that. So just so you guys know, it's never been done. Some states have tried. They've done pilot programs. I'd have to look and see what their results were and how they did it. So I'm going to get right back here into the comments. Sorry, guy, I kind of went off there on this, but Eric says, I trust my brother-in-law when I buy hay from him. Yeah, if he feeds his livestock that hay, my little Democrat prairie maggots, sheep, they'll eat it too. I love it. Yes, I know your brother-in-law. He's got good hay. I have good hay. I've got some older stuff too. That's kind of what I would, if I had to go feed, say, wildlife right now, that's the stuff I'd get. If you're trying to keep birds alive, good oats hay would be good. You can actually lay that out in the processor, and you will, of course, feed your animals, and you'll be able to also see those birds go scratch through it and catch what the animals didn't eat. It's just a kind of a dual purpose when you start to think about that. Josh says, they do put in a few food plots out here as well as other wildlife management areas at the hunt. Yeah, we talked about those, Josh. Those are okay. I mean, they are. Again, they're not habitat. They're okay for feed, but they are not as effective as, say, grinding hay. They just aren't. It's a lot more processing, a lot more. And then if you get a bad snow, them food plots are smoked. Can't get in them. They're so done. We're not talking about feeding deer every year. I'm not anyway. We're talking about when bad weather. I'm talking feet of snow to come down, and some of these blizzards we had, back in '98. We had one in around 06, 07. We had a small one. The big blizzards, when they hit, that's when we tend to lose deer. And honestly, tall grass is no good either. Habitat's great until it's snowed under. Shelter belts are pretty good. Trees are good protection. They will fill in on one side, but generally the other side will be clear. That's where you go feed. I'm telling you right now, I have literally taken bales out there and laid them out in an area just to hopefully the deer would find them in a bad year. Because I like to hunt. And in all honesty, in the grand scheme of things, putting a few bales out there to try and supplement them deer really isn't affecting my bottom line. It truly is not. And if that is affecting your bottom line, maybe you should sharpen your pencil and maybe not buy that $80,000 pickup or that $500,000 combine. Maybe you should make some considerations on how you're spending your money. And is it good for your land and for the structure in that ecosystem? Because it's not. You probably better start prioritizing what you're doing. I've done it. So don't tell me it can't be done. Josh says, as much as they do bale in place like Dawson's WMA, it's crazy to me that they're buying hay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where else they'd get it unless they purchased it. And I'm telling you right now, what they're doing, the way they're doing it, it's probably the most wasteful way to feed. They're wasting more hay, so they're wasting the money. If you can work with the landowner, again, that's where the landowner comes in, which they don't seem to care to work with. And I brought that flat up to Jeb. He he walked around the question, talked around it, never did answer. We have the equipment. We can get it done. Why not work with that landowner? Why not? I don't really care about those public areas because they're so hammered out anyway. And again, putting it out like that is wasteful. It just truly is. I think food plots are a good idea, but not when a blizzard hits. They snow under. And then there's not much use in them. So they do work, but in certain, just like a supplemental feeding program is a good idea, but I think in probably the worst conditions that you're starting to see in a winter, because that's probably where the most death rate comes out of that. So all I can say is the whole meeting, I guess my take on it when we got done, they heard us. I guess they listened to us, or I shouldn't say listen. They took our conversation and let us be there. Will anything come of it? I doubt it. I can tell you right now, just by talking to both of them gentlemen, they have zero respect for anybody outside their circle, and I think they have a deep disdain for landowners. Just in that conversation, that's what I took out of it. Hey, like I said, Jeb and I, we talked face to face. The other guy, we all talked face to face. But the disdain that they have, they think we're stupid. I'm telling you, they didn't say that. But the way they talk, we don't know anything. They know it all. We should trust in them. I only trust in one thing, God. I trust in God, not the North Dakota Game and Fish, period. I will never trust the bureaucrats that are ingrained there. Jeb needs to retire. Kelly should not have appointed him. Yes, I'm friends with the governor. At least I used to be. We'll see. I know I'm probably not popular with him right now. Don't care. I'm telling you right now, Jeb should not be there. But you have to put somebody in there who's not like him. Would that happen? I don't know. You got to probably clean out the entire Game and Fish headquarter bureaucracy. They are ingrained, entrenched bureaucrats looking for money anywhere they can get it so they can spend it on their pet projects, period. Who's the one entity that hasn't been hurt in in the declining deer populations across North Dakota? Who has not been hurt in that? I'll let you guys comment. I'll tell you if I don't see the comment. This should be an easy one. But who has not? What's the one place, the one entity, the people who have not been hurt in the declining deer and wildlife populations? There's only one. Plain and simple. So I'll let you guys chime in here with comments. I'm going to take another quick break because, I'm flying solo tonight. So I'm remember to doing these breaks. I'm going to take a break, thank some sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to answer that question. I'm going to do a little wrap up, give you guys what's coming up, and give you the happy ending chronicle of the night. Catch you right after this break.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
When you want it done right,
Go where lemons go.
Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just one block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon. Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
For the best gun gear for every and any situation, Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, we are back. So I'm going to give you all the answer, David. No, it's not the insurance commission, although they probably haven't been hurt either. The Game and Fish. The North Dakota Game and Fish is the one and only entity, the one and only people that haven't been hurt by declining wildlife populations because they still sell tags. They still sell licenses, plain and simple. They don't care. If they truly cared about the lowest numbers we have seen since I've been in this state, then maybe they ought to take some of them units. Not every unit's in decline, by the way, but some of them are. Those units close the season. They've done it with antelope season. We've had antelope seasons in 6A closed many times because of declining or very low numbers. Do it with deer. See, they won't. They won't. They want the money. They want your money. Just like the antelope season. I brought that up to them too. And I go, yeah, you want to try that? If you think you're going to try that with deer, good luck, because you're going to have a riot on your hands. As they were complaining about the access, I said, well, why don't you try something stupid like that? And to their credit, North Dakota Game and Fish really was not for that. That was pushed by the commie Sean Cleary and also the backcountry homos. Them guys pushed it. Backcountry, I always call them, the backcountry hunters and anglers are not our friend. They're not sportsmen. They hate the private landowner. And that entity and Sean Cleary carried that weight to make that 50% rule, which I have not been a victim of it. That's fine. I don't need a tag. Both my boys drew. But you know what I did? Nobody else got to hunt antelope here. You know what? You know who was the losers on that? The hunters. You know who the winners were? The winners were North Dakota Game and Fish again. They were able to increase the tags like they did in my unit. They went from 90 to 180, which they shouldn't have. There were no numbers to back that. The 50% rule went into effect. So 90 of those tags went to guys that had 10 points. I mean, they've been waiting 10 years, 9 years, however many points that they blew their points, got their tag. Yeah, I got my tag. I can get an antelope. Got out here, couldn't hunt. Good job, guys. Good job. That's where we're at. And I told Jebin that. I said, you guys don't care, do you? Well, yeah. I said, well, why would you close it down? Because I said I didn't get a tag. I was pretty honest about it. I said, you take my tag away to hunt my land? Guess what, Jeb? You can't hunt. Plain and simple. But he didn't like that. I don't care. Plain don't care. So keep that in mind. The only people that ever win, the only organization that loves hunting season every year because they don't care which side wins is them, because they still collect their money. Just think of the extra money they took in on antelope tags, and they had a clearing. They cleaned out the points from guys that probably had 10 years in there. Now they got to start over. Good job. Anyway, going to go quickly back here. Brian says, bow hunters seem to come through each new dilemma just fine. At least their opportunity does. We mentioned that too. We mentioned the bow hunting thing a little bit too. That was a good meeting. It was not a productive meeting, but that was brought up too, Brian, about the bow hunters. Maybe they need to sacrifice a little too, because they never do. Jamie's like, yeah, MVE 100%, they do. And we're talking about the game and fish being the only people that benefit from this. Cost of tags is going up. Number of deer is dwindling. Yep, absolutely, Justin. So James says, there shouldn't be one whitetail deer tag doled out in 3B2 this year, and probably not next year as well. Exactly, Jamie. I've been up there hunting with Jamie. It's a lot of good time. But I'm looking forward to this fall as well. Hopefully, Leighton is going to still be pretty darn good. I mean, he's very healthy right now. So, but she's absolutely right. I didn't see no whitetails up there. I mean, I think Jamie sees one every once in a while, and that used to be whitetail country up there in that Golden Valley area, and there just aren't any. And kind of here too. I think we got more than you do, Jamie. There's no doubt about it. So, Justin, Sean Cleary is the same rat that helped implement the extra waterfowl stamp for North Dakota. Yes, he is. And I don't know how you'd get rid of this guy, because Bismarck's purplish at best. I think that is the, quote, conservative that can get elected, unfortunately. I don't think a good conservative could. But Cleary don't know nothing about wildlife. I mean, he's got his little skinny jeans, his little soy boy stuff, whatever. The guy doesn't know nothing. He knows nothing about hunting and wildlife, really, not like we all do out here. And if you guys don't know who he is, go to the legislative website, look up who he is, print his picture out, make sure if he does decide he wants to hunt, tell him no. Don't let him hunt. He's no good. That's what I'm going to tell you. Jay says, hell yeah. He says, let's get after those roosters. I'm all for it, buddy. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to hunting season this year, because I know what we got here at our place. You got to come down, too. I think we got to get some prairie dog shooting again. You got to bring Axe down here. Jason's town, I know that we had a little snake problem there, but the town got bigger. I was just down there. I'm telling you, man, there's some big dogs out there, and I think it'd be a lot of fun because hardly anybody shot on it. So we probably need to make that happen, and we could even do that if it gets nice here in the next month. So, yeah, I'm all ready to rock and roll on that. So I'm just saying right now, Game and Fish, after my meeting, I walked away. It was unproductive. It was cordial. But again, I think it was just to appease having a meeting. So like now they can say we talked, right? I'm not ready for. I'm kind of done with talking. I want action. That starts with the retirement. Big family reasons, personal, whatever Jeb wants. Let him retire how he wants. That needs to happen, or fire him. I mean, it's that simple. If I was a governor, he'd be fired. Jeb Williams should be fired. Jeb, if you're watching, I really don't care. You should be fired. I would fire you. I don't care about your retirement. I don't care about your pension. I don't care about anything you do because you have been no good for Game and Fish. Or I should take that back. You've been great for Game and Fish, the department, the bureaucracy. You've been horrible for wildlife. You've been horrible for landowners. And the worst part is us landowners, we'll get through it. We can still get some gratis tag. We can still hunt our game. We still control, whether you guys like it or not, we have 100% control of the outcomes of your management. But the hunters get the worst end of this every single time. It's kind of like a horrible divorce. Usually the kids get hurt. That's what this is. You know what? We're going to be okay. Game and Fish will be okay. We'll split. But the hunters, the children, they're going to be the ones that get hurt. That's the horrible part about it. Plain and simple. Jamie says Sean will be a D35 senator as long as he wants to be. He plays the North Dakota political game like a champ. Here, bingo, man. You've hit that nail on its head, and there's no doubt about it. You look who he hangs with. Sean Cleary wants to be an important guy. He wants to have the power. He likes it, and he's not going to do anything to jeopardize it. He likes having the title. See, I could care less. If someone wants to elect me, great. If I could get elected, I don't know if I could. But I'm not going to pander. I'm not going to kiss any rear ends to do it. So, what you get is what you see and hear. So I'm not sure I could get elected. And that they fear people like us who can't be bought. I can't be bought. Trust me, I can't be bought. And I pretty much don't care what they say. Now, I can play nice with those people. I can make deals with them people if it's constitutional and good for the people, we the people, but I'm not going to pander to them, and I could care less if I have a title. I really could care less if I have a title. So, yeah, snake problem. He says, no such thing, Eric says. Yeah. JD had a little bit of a different comment. Yeah, there's a bit of a snake problem down there on that place, but we can clear them out too. Just want to watch where we walk, right, boys? I think when we were there, Jamie and me and Axe, I bet it looked like a bomb went off and as I was walking through that tall grass and it buzzed right in the middle of it. So I'll tell you what, we're coming up to the end of the show, the end of this hour, at least a half end of it. I'm going to play one more ad. I'm going to get them their money's worth. I'll tell you that. We're going to get some money. I'm going to give you the small one. We're back here after about 2 minutes. We're going to do the Happy Ending Chronicle, and then we're going to wish everybody a great evening. So stay tuned, and thanks for joining us tonight, and we will be right back.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
When you want it done right,
Go where lemons go.
Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just one block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon. Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
All right, we are back. Last segment here of Guns in a 701, episode 174. I do believe, I got to confirm this, but if I am looking at my calendar correctly, we have our first Monday of the month coming up here next week, March 2nd. So I will get a hold of Michael Bell. That's usually when we do our segment, Gat 701 segment on K-Fire. So yeah, I'll have to get a hold of him, let you know. But I'm pretty sure you can tune in Monday morning, and I'm going to be on because that's what we've been trying to make sure we do, and I sure enjoy getting on there. And that's usually the full 2 hours. Who knows? I bet you I can find some things. I know there's an issue over there in Minnesota. That's Walls and his gun control, but he's getting some pushback even in his party. Are there sane Democrats out there? I don't believe it, but we shall find out. I don't know. So before I move on here, Jamie says, I get along with Sean as a person fairly well, and we actually had him on. I know we did. We had him on GAT 701 net once, but I asked him many times after that to come on in 701 Nation. He didn't respond to my multiple messages, and he won't, Jamie. Sean, I've gotten along with him. I don't believe a single word that I hear from him. He's usually, if you look him in the eyes, he's looking right through you. He's appeasing you and telling people what they want to hear. And so I doubt the soy boy will come on. That's why he won't come on, because I call him soy boy, because that's what he is. And I really could care less if Sean ever comes on the show again, honestly. So, hey, if you want to have him, great. Yeah, if Leon and other guys do, Sean, you're welcome to come on here, but I will ask you the hard questions, and I will not let you sit there and pander and talk in circles. I will tell you flat out you're a liar. Plain and simple. It's that easy. Anyway, all righty. So, Leon says, yeah, don't count on it, man. Don't count. Soy boy. That's for sure, man. That is for sure. All right, coming up tomorrow morning, KFYR 550, Mitchell in the morning, 7:15 Mountain, 8:15 in the Central Time Zone. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Me and Todd have a good time. Leon, you've had some good times filling in. So is Jamie. So, hey, Todd's a great guy, and we sure thank him over there at K-Fire for having us on every single Friday. And if I looked right, we're coming up to like on 2.5 years, something like that, because we started that shortly afterwards. So that's kind of a milestone. I'll have to take a look at that, but I do know we've been on there many, many, many times. Then you got Blackbeard Logic, Leon Francis, the man. He's got it. 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Central. You're not going to want to miss that. Again, Friday night, right here, right now where you're listening, right here. By the way, Twitter X has been working great tonight, so thanks for joining us on there. And I see there's some people on Rumbles. Sorry I didn't get a chance to really monitor that a whole lot tonight, but 5 o'clock p.m. And if you have not seen Leon's his just most recent Christ OS, oh my goodness, go check that out. I shared it on mine, but I think it went live there too. It's on the Guns and 701 network page. It's on all of our platforms. It's on all of Leon, outstanding. That was just, I can't tell you. That's why I'm talking about it so much. I even shared that with my pastor, and I shared it with the youth group leader that my son goes to, and she couldn't believe that. That is resounding. I almost think she was going to play that next Wednesday for the kids there. So, wow, way to go, buddy. That was fantastic, no doubt about it. Of course, we're going to still be here every Thursday till after Lent season, but I'm going to throw this out there. You can text me. You can email me. Email me at guns@gunsandthe701.com. If you got my number, let me know. really kind of thinking about going to a permanent Thursday night. It seems like people enjoy it on Thursday night. It's actually fine with me because Wednesdays are pretty packed full. It seems like anymore. When we started the show, they weren't. So if you guys are okay with it and it works for everybody, and it seems like everybody will just migrate to Thursday, I think I'm going to go to a permanent Thursday night show. But I kind of want you guys to tell me. Let me know. You can comment on our stuff. Let me know. Email me, and just I absolutely will. I'm considering that. So yeah, that's where we're going to go with that. And of course, again, Monday Dakota mornings. I think that's happening. But Sunday Sportsman's Devotion. I'm telling you, Vance rips it up good there. He does a nice job with that as well. And then when David does another, you have to let us know, David. I know you're on here. Let us know when the next 701 Marksman's going. I'm telling you, what I've seen of it was pretty good. I haven't finished it yet. Sorry, buddy. Just haven't had a chance to do it. But yeah, I see that we're working out the gremlins just like me and Jamie did. If you want to watch something funny, right, Jamie? You can probably attest to this. I'm telling you, go watch the pilot of our first episode that we didn't know we was going to be our first episode. And you kind of look how far we both come. So 701 Nation, I believe Tuesday nights, right, Jamie? Tuesday or Wednesday, let me know. You want to check out Jamie's show? Like I said, we're not mad. He's still a friend of ours. He's still part of this family. And he's out over there doing his own thing. So go tune in and see Jamie on the 701 Nation. All right, let's get to the happy ending chronicle of the week. Las Vegas. Oh my goodness, Las Vegas. So, as ever, like I said, Las Vegas is going to be our happy ending chronicle. An employee. So we have an employee that ends up getting chased by another employee out the door with a gun. It was an ex-employee, so disgruntled employee. Yeah, we've never heard that before, have we? Of course, in the morning, 5:15, or was it? No, it was 5:15 p.m., so it was in the evening. 911 report come in. It was down there on Charleston Boulevard. There was basically a disturbance reported. They located the man in a parking lot suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. I don't know if that'd be apparent. I wouldn't say apparent. I'm pretty sure if it's a gunshot wound. He then was pronounced dead at the scene. The preliminary information is showing that the incident began when an ex-employee arrived at the business and confronted another current employee. During that confrontation, the ex-employee allegedly, began chasing the employee while armed with a firearm. I'm just trying to picture this in a casino, someone coming through there running, it's just one of those things, right? They say that the second employee then retrieved a firearm from his vehicle as he seen this and shot the armed ex-employee that was chasing the coworker. Police confirmed that this did happen and that the ex-employee did not get any shots fired off. But so the local story tells it a little bit different, says that you could tell that this ex-employee was definitely confronting the current employees, was making threats, and again, started chasing the other one. He never got any shots off because the other one was running out the door. Guy goes over to his vehicle and takes aim, boom, ends the problem. This guy is actually, he's doing the right thing. He's cooperating with law enforcement. And it kind of looks like, if you know anything about that area, it's probably going to be ruled self-defense and probably we'll see no charges. We don't know that yet. They're still investigating. Remember, though, anytime you're in that situation, that'll happen right here in North Dakota, too. If you have to defend yourself, you're going to see an investigation. That's protocols probably as much for your benefit as anybody's, just to make sure they clear your name in a true self-defense use and Second Amendment exercising of your rights. Again, remember, people that are carrying guns, people that have guns. What a novel idea, ideal Dakota Territory gun collectors. People carrying their guns to defend themselves and using them in a lawful way. What a novel idea. Anyway, that is our happy ending chronicle of the week, like Rush says, from my formerly nicotine-stained hands. No, I do not. I just never smoked, but I do like a good cigar once in a while. Everybody, that wraps it up for us tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Oh, Jamie T says yes. He says every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central, 701 Nation. Go over there and flip that on. And I'll tell you what a lineup as far as our shows. And Jamie, of course, Jamie's like he's still a brother to us. I'm telling you, there's just not a night that you can't get some of the guns in the 701. There's 2A information, hunting, shooting information. I'm telling you, we're starting to cover it all. So, again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm so blessed to have each and every one of you here and supporting the show. So support our shows, support our network, and we will catch you here again tomorrow morning. Don't worry, tomorrow morning I'll be here bright and early, 7:15, KFYR 550 Mitchell morning. God's blessings, everybody. Keep your powder dry, and we will see you soon here on the GAT 701 network.